The clang of cell doors reverberates through the air as Marcus steps into the chaotic intake area of the maximum security prison. The sounds of distant shouting and hurried footsteps amplify his sense of isolation and fear. Memories flood his mind, days spent leading neighborhood programs, laughter echoing in the halls of his community, now replaced by the stark reality of steel bars. He describes the overwhelming weight of his mistakes, feeling like a shadow of the man he once was. As he meets fellow inmates, each with their own burdens and stories, voices begin to intersect, weaving a tapestry of shared humanity. A curt nod here, a fleeting glance there, every interaction is laced with unspoken understanding. Amongst the noise, Marcus finds himself drawn to these individuals, realizing that despite their pasts, they too are seeking connection, an anchor in the turbulent sea of incarceration. As Marcus begins to navigate the complexities of prison life, he finds solace in unexpected friendships. It is during one of the many bleak afternoons spent in the common area that he meets Anna, a thoughtful and talented painter charged with a crime of passion. Her voice, warm and melodic, captures his attention as she shares memories of vibrant sunsets and the brushstrokes that once filled her world with color. Their conversations become a refuge, offering both comfort and a deeper understanding of the lives intertwined in this metal and concrete maze. Laughter mixes with the echoing sounds of clanging metal and hushed whispers, creating a tapestry of camaraderie that contrasts sharply with their grim surroundings. As their friendship deepens, Marcus learns to see the glimmer of hope within the walls. It's a reminder that even in darkness, connections can spark glimpses of light and healing. As Marcus settles into the rhythm of prison life, the reality of the justice system begins to unfurl through the voices around him. The haunting narrative of Danny, an inmate serving a life sentence, pierces the oppressive atmosphere. He recounts the day of his arrest, the courtroom filled with judgment, and the despair of a guilty verdict for a crime he insists he didn't commit. Ambient sounds of a gavel striking, murmurs of disbelief, and sharp gasps echo in the background, grounding Danny's story in painful truth. He shares the emotional toll of wrongful incarceration, how hope can be a double-edged sword, fueling both his fight for justice and his moments of crushing despair. As the weight of his words sinks in, Marcus feels a deeper connection to his fellow inmates, understanding that their lives are not merely narratives of crime, but complex stories of struggle against a flawed system. As Marcus continues to navigate life behind bars, he encounters a moment of introspection that resonates deeply among the inmates. Prompted to reflect on their pasts, the stark contrast between their previous lives and present realities unfolds. Fatima, a former social worker, speaks candidly about her harrowing descent into addiction, revealing the fragmentations of her identity. Her voice quivers with emotion as she shares tales of lost dreams and relationships, painting a vivid picture of regret. "If I could turn back time," she murmurs, "I would fight harder to save myself." As her story deepens, ambient sounds of soft music underscore the weight of longing and the universal desire for forgiveness. In this shared moment of vulnerability, the inmates connect through their scars, giving voice to a collective yearning for redemption that echoes through the concrete walls, reminding them that their stories are not solely defined by their mistakes. As Marcus navigates the complexities of prison life, he discovers a flicker of hope through educational and vocational programs that unfold within the facility. Inmates gather in classrooms where the sound of scribbling pen and the rustle of paper fill the air, blending with the soft murmur of discussion. They share stories of personal growth and resilience, opening up about their dreams and aspirations that extend beyond the bars. Anna, armed with her paintbrush, speaks passionately about how her art therapy sessions ignite a spark of creativity within her, inspiring others to explore their own talents. The clang of tools and laughter reverberate through the workshop, weaving a rich tapestry of support and community, where friendships blossom amidst the backdrop of confinement. Each inmate's voice becomes a testament to the transformative power of second chances, signaling a collective desire for redemption and a future reclaimed from the shadows of their past. As the days turn into months, the inmates begin to confront the reality of their past decisions, engaging in deep reflections that echo throughout the prison halls. Marcus, amid the starkness of his cell, considers the weight of his choices, grappling with feelings of guilt and remorse. In quiet moments where the outside world feels distant, he hears the whispers of his fellow inmates, each voice revealing a tapestry of sorrow, regret, and longing for redemption. Fatima, too, shares her thoughts, revealing the burden of her addiction and its ripple effects on her family. The sounds of solitary introspection, punctuated by the clanging of metal doors, create a deep contrast to the vibrant memories of carefree days before incarceration. These moments of vulnerability become crucial steps toward recognizing their humanity, pushing each inmate closer to acceptance. It's within this crucible of shared stories that a collective resolve begins to form, a deep yearning to redefine themselves beyond the bars that confine them. As the journey of self-discovery continues, Anna sits in the vibrant art room, her paintbrush dancing across the canvas. She shares how her love for painting blossomed during her incarceration, a lifeline that transformed her despair into creativity. The sounds of brushes swishing against fabric and murmurs of fellow inmates echo around her as she explains that art serves as both a refuge and a voice, allowing her to express emotions often locked away. Through her paintings, she channels her pain, creating vibrant landscapes peppered with the colors of hope. Each stroke brings healing, not just for herself but for those around her, fostering an environment of connection and empathy. Anna's artistic journey resonates deeply within the prison walls, illuminating the path towards redemption. The laughter and camaraderie in the art room underscore the profound impact of creativity, offering inmates a sense of purpose and a glimpse of the beauty that still exists beyond their bars. As life behind bars unfolds, the voices of the inmates reveal the deep connections they maintain with their families, a bittersweet reality filled with both love and longing. Marcos's heartbeat quickens with each phone call, the crackling line filled with the nervous excitement of speaking to a daughter he hasn't seen in years. Anna recalls letters from her mother, their words woven together with hope and sorrow. The sound of visitors' laughter mingles with the hushed tones of longing in the visiting room as inmates share moments of joy and tearful separations. Yet amidst the pain of separation lies the potential for reconciliation. The distant echoes of children playing outside the walls remind them of what they've lost, but also what they can reclaim. These connections serve as a lifeline, anchoring them to the outside world as they grapple with the consequences of their choices, turning their thoughts towards the possibility of healing and reunion. As inmates navigate their daily routines, moments of vulnerability emerge, exposing the raw truths of their experiences behind bars. Within the confines of their cells, echoes of whispered fears and insecurities float in the air, reflecting the mental health struggles that often accompany incarceration. Felix, a soft-spoken inmate, recounts his battle with loneliness and depression, his voice trembling with honesty about his silent cries for help. The ambient sounds of the prison, the clanging of doors and distant voices, serve as a stark contrast to the quietude of their personal reflections. In intimate discussions, inmates explore their coping mechanisms, whether through meditation, journaling, or reaching out to one another. These moments of connection foster a sense of solidarity, reminding them that despite their circumstances, they are not alone. The impact of sharing these vulnerabilities creates a foundation for healing, paving the way for deeper understanding and human connection as they confront their past. As the weeks unfold, the presence of mentors and volunteers begins to permeate the prison environment, offering hope and guidance. Inmates like Marcus and Anna find solace in the shared wisdom and support from these figures, who challenge them to confront their pasts and envision brighter futures. Conversations during group sessions lead to moments of profound self-discovery, where inmates discuss their vulnerabilities and aspirations in a supportive atmosphere. The sounds of laughter, dialogue, and encouragement fill the air, creating a sense of community that starkly contrasts the isolation of incarceration. Through mentorship, many inmates forge connections that empower them to take accountability for their actions, nurturing the seeds of personal reform. It becomes evident that these relationships cultivate resilience, providing a lifeline in a world often defined by despair. As bonds strengthen, the path toward redemption starts to illuminate even the darkest corners of their lives. making the journey toward healing feel tangible and attainable. As the days flowed into weeks, a sense of camaraderie began to blossom among the inmates, paving the way for the creation of support groups. In these sessions, they shared their struggles and victories, finding solace in the understanding gazes of their peers. The sound of laughter often mingled with heartfelt stories, showcasing the bonds formed in the most unlikely of circumstances. Inmate-led initiatives took root, fostering a spirit of solidarity amidst the harsh realities of prison life. Samuel, who once had a reputation for being tough, now spoke openly about his vulnerabilities, inspiring others to do the same. The soundscape shifted, infused with the rustle of notebooks as inmates scribbled down their thoughts and the echo of encouragement filled the room. Each shared experience became a thread in the fabric of their community, reinforcing the importance of empathy and mutual support as they navigated their journeys toward redemption together. As the inmates prepare for release, a mixture of excitement and trepidation fills the air. The sounds of the prison, distant voices, clanging metal, and the echo of footsteps create a rhythm representing the final hours within these walls. Marcus sits in his cell, reflecting on the friends he's made, the lessons learned, and the uncertainty of what awaits him beyond the bars. Conversations swirl around him. Laughter mixes with anxious murmurs about finding stable housing, employment, and reconnecting with family. Anna sketches by the window, the delicate strokes of her pencil contrasting the harshness of prison life. As they discuss their dreams and fears, the looming question arises: can they truly reintegrate into a world that feels so foreign? The ambient sounds shift, amplifying their shared emotions, a haunting reminder that while freedom awaits, the journey ahead is fraught with obstacles, and the struggle for acceptance in society demands courage and resilience. The air is thick with a mix of excitement and trepidation as the day of release finally arrives. The dissonant sounds of the prison, a symphony of clanging gates and distant voices, fade momentarily, overshadowed by the heartbeat of anticipation. Marcus stands with Anna, their bodies vibrating with a cocktail of hope and anxiety as they await the final chain of metal to be unshackled. "Are you ready for this?" he asks, breaking the silence that hangs between them. Her response is a soft exhale, a whisper of both confidence and doubt. As the heavy gate creaks open, the blinding light spills into the dimness they've known for so long. The vast expanse of freedom lies before them, overwhelming yet addictive. With each cautious step toward reintegration, they ponder the weight of their choices and dreams. This moment of newfound freedom, laden with uncertainty, is just the beginning of a challenging journey back into a world that echoes with both promise and peril.